So, hi, my name is Gina. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm getting ready to go to the library and the comic book shop. And I figured I would take you guys along with me and we'll see what I get. I might not get anything from the library because I have like a bunch to actually read already, but we'll see. Last time I actually didn't get anything, but it's a new day. It's a new week, so I might get something. But we shall see. And yeah, I do have stuff to pick up at the comic book shop, so I will be getting something at least today. I think I have two things to pick up, but that's all that I know for sure that I'm getting. But we shall see what else I end up getting into. So with that, let's go. heading back from the library and the bookstore, and it was a successful trip. I got books from the library. I got books from the, not book. I also got comics from the comic shop. So, successful outing indeed. Indeed, indeed. So now I'm heading back. Okay, so I just came back. Okay, it's not I just came back. It's been a little while. It's been some time, but I'm back and I have a haul. I went to the library, as you saw, and I also went to the comic book shop. It was such a nice day today, and I just didn't want to waste it, so I went by both. And I also went shoe shopping, but that's I'm not going to share that part. Though I did get some really cool like Harley Quinn shoes. Like they were Converses. They were Converses, and then they had Harley Quinn on the side and had like her name on the tongue part of the shoe. Anyways, moving on. So first I went to the library and I dropped off some books, but I also grabbed 3 books. I was gonna say they were all from the new section, but they're not. Only 2 of them were from the new section. And I skim read like the first chapter in each of like these 2. I only looked at the first page of this one, but it was something that was on my mind for a little while anyways. So the first one I got is Audition for the Fox by Martin Cahill, and it looks pretty cool. It's supposed to be like this character, I think her name's Nessie, and she's trying to be blessed by the gods or like earn patronage from one of the gods, but so far all of her auditions resulted in a fail. So she's now resorting to the fox, which is also like the jokester, the trickster, all of those gods and the myths. I think this one is like Tzizdan. I don't know how it's pronounced, but the prankster essentially. So she's trying to audition for him, and it's short, but we're gonna see how it goes. I think she gets sent back in time. There were sirens going off, and it was just really annoying. So, as I was saying, this is short, and it should be pretty quick. I think she gets sent back in time. I'm not sure if I had already said that, but I think it'll be pretty interesting to read. And it's a little bit based off like mythology. So I think I don't know if I want to tackle this first, but it is short, so I could get through it really quickly if I did tackle it first. But we shall see. So that's the first thing I picked up. The second thing I picked up is The Red Renter by Cameron Sullivan. So I think this is one that is pretty popular right now. Or like what's new. It's red on the pages. It's definitely fantasy. It's supposed to be like a little bit of French history, like rewriting of French history. I think like the French War might be in it mentioned. Not the French War, the French Revolution. It's supposed to be like a retelling of that, of course, with monsters and like, well, not monsters, fantastical creatures. I guess that's technically monsters. Um, Apparently, there's a love story in here, a devastating love story, according to the back. A devastating love story, a bewitching tryst on history, a blood-drenched hunt for purpose, power, and redemption. And I think the creature looks kind of cool. And I'm really curious. Like I said, I read, I think, a chapter in the library because it's just a few pages long. And then I kind of just, it seemed interesting enough for me that I went ahead and picked it up. It is a little thicker of a book. I don't think it's 500 pages. Oh no, it is 500 pages. It's not 600 pages. It's less than 550. But I picked this up And then the last one I picked up when I walked to the sci-fi fantasy section was The Rich King by Martha Wells. And this was also not necessarily like, it's new-ish. Or the second book recently came out or something like that. When did this come out? 2023, yeah. I think like another book maybe in this came out not too long ago. But this is also fantasy. Like the main character was assassinated and he's essentially trying to figure out why. And then what has changed since his assassination, how that goes. But I'm wondering if he's trying to like take over or like if he's a villain or is he, I mean, it says like I am the demon, but I'm wondering if he's more like a villain versus being a hero. So I'm curious to find that out, but I didn't actually read any of this, so I don't know if I'll even like the writing style, because sometimes you just don't vibe, no matter how good a book is, you just don't vibe with the writing style. Anyways, that's all that I got from the library. Hopefully I get to them, because sometimes I check out books and I never get to them, and then I check them out again later and then I eventually get to them, or I never get to them ever, and they just stay on my TBR pile. But alas, I also went to the comic book shop afterwards, and let me show you what I got. Anyways, so I got some comics. I already put them in bags. They didn't come in bags, but I got 6. I just got a couple. Anyways, um, I had 2 pickups. Yeah, I had 2 pickups. I had Black Cat issue 9 and then Sirens Love Hurt issue 3. This is a 4-part series, so I'm over halfway done with this. And yeah, these are the only 2 that I had to pick up that I had like on my pull list, that were already there for me to pick up. So I never have to worry about these 2 series, because I have them essentially like subscribed, if you want to think of it that way, if you're not comic book people. So that's what I got. I don't Black Cat. I'm not sure if this one, if she's still doing the going to be a hero. But in issue 1, that's what her route was. Like, oh, something's going on with Spider-Man, so now I'm going to be a hero instead of a villain. But we'll see. I haven't gotten past issue 1 because I didn't get issue 2. I got issue 3, didn't get issue 4. So when I got issue 1, it was like a reprint. So, and I didn't know that. So now, like, the issues are kind of like out of order. But I'm up to date with it. It's just a couple of the previous issues I'm missing. But I'm just going to start from issue like 5, I think, and read up, because I have up from 5. So I think I'm just going to start back there so I can get through this and stay up to date instead of waiting, because I have 2 and 4 on my list to be pulled, so when they are reprinted I'll get them, but alas, I have yet to get them. So yeah, so there's Black Cat, this cover, and then Sirens Love Hurt. How do I explain this? Like, it's more fashiony. There's a lot of outfit changes in this, and there's Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and Black Canary. Is that who that is? Yep, Black Canary. Um, they are the stars, in this, and they are the Sirens. But technically, they're like the Gotham Sirens. You can see them in other series represented as the Gotham Sirens. It's very interesting. I don't recommend this for everyone, I'm going to be honest. Even though it's very short, I like there is plot and it's moving along. It's kind of like two plot lines. There's Black Canary getting ready for her marriage, and then the Sirens themselves are trying to figure out why all of these women are getting unalived on their birthdays, and who's doing it. And it's not Calendar Man, who they thought it would be, but alas, we'll just have to see. I'm sure we'll find out in issue 4 exactly who it is and that they get stopped, I'm assuming, but I'm curious on how it's going to end. That's why I still keep getting this pulled. Okay, moving on to other things. I got Poison Ivy issue 42 and 43, which is what came out. 42 came out before that. And this is like starting the Mare Ivy section. So this is a good part to start. I've been reading it in the collected volumes, and I'm on volume 6, so I'm pretty close to this already, but I don't want to wait till like volume 7 when I could just go ahead and start buying the issues. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going ahead and starting. So this is 42 and 43. I think volume 6 stops at like 37 or 38. So something like maybe 36. So I'm not too far off. I can't really explain it because of how far along it is. But it does give you some of her backstory, how Poison Ivy became Poison Ivy, essentially, issues that comes along with it, how she's not a hero, but also not. I mean, she does villain things. So sometimes she's a villain, but sometimes she's actually a hero. So that's going to be in these. So I'm curious on how this is actually going to turn out. So I got these two. And then I got a special Justice League Dark Tomorrow special number 1. I'm pretty sure this only going to be one, but I got this. I thought the cover looked really cool. I'm not collecting the Justice League, so that's why I figured it wouldn't be that bad just to get like a singular issue. That's just kind of like a collection. Not a collection, but no commitment. Essentially, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be like one kind of story. But I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. But yeah, I got this as well. And then the last thing, which was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to get it or not until I read a little bit of what it's about. But it's something that most people were looking forward to, and that's the Fury of Firestorm. This is issue 1 in his All In series. So if you wanted to get started, like, this is the time to do it. I know nothing about Firestorm, but I was really curious because it seems more like he wasn't always bad, and this is just like his villain arc or something like that. That's the vibe that I got, if I recall correctly, when I was looking at the summary. But I got this cover, which is like a variant. Here's the regular variant cover, not variant cover, the original cover. But I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be like. People wondering why he turned people into dust and all that stuff. So I'm also curious on why, and I want to understand the fury of Firestorm. So that's all the things that I got. So 6 issues and 3 books, and now I got a lot to read. I think I'm going to go ahead while in this video, I'm going to read Fury of Firestorm, and then I'll give y'all my review of what I think about it. And if I'm going to collect this series, because I might not, we'll see. And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but yeah, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to see what I think of it. Okay, so I just read The Fury of Firestorm, issue 1, and I do feel like they kind of just throw you in there. There's not too much of a backstory, should I say. Like, there's a hint of it. It's like, oh, Firestorm is this person and this person. And I do appreciate the whole 7 days. I found that kind of interesting, the whole 7 days of arrival, essentially, and what Firestorm does each day in this town. Is it Bedford? Somewhere like that, I think. He does something, and then on the 7th day he rested. Funny. At first I was like, I don't know, this seems kind of mid, but the ending page did get me a little interested. I don't see this being a long series. I can't see it being drawn out for hundreds, but I don't know. Like, it just, we have to see. I might get issue 2, but I don't think I'm going to pull it just yet. I'm just going to wait for it to show up in the comic book shop. Hopefully it will, but I don't know if it will or not. I just know, this was not highly suggested, but what's the word for it? The interest was high for this issue, so I wanted to go ahead and read it and give y'all my opinion of it. I can't say right now if I would recommend it. I do think the art's pretty nice, and I think the storyline will be good. It's not confusing, I will tell you that. It just feels like you just kind of got thrown in there, and then you just like, what? But it's not what in the confusing manner of just, I don't know if I'm making sense. The storyline itself is not confusing. It just seems like you just got thrown straight into it. So if you want something that you get thrown straight into it and not that much of a backstory of the character themselves, then maybe you do want to read this. But if you want to jump into a new series and you don't know anything about Firestorm, like I didn't know anything, it might not be the best. Like, it does hint at it, his backstory, but I'm not sure part of his backstory is part of the story itself of this. So I think that might be why it's like that, but we'll see. It does feel very villain arc. Like, when you get introduced, you just think straight villain, but I think the character himself is like enter villain arc. So we'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, issue 1 completed, and we'll see. I'll get issue number 2 if I see it in the store, but I'm not going to pull for it just yet. And with that being said and done, I'm going to end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed this day with me. I went to the library, went to the comic book shop, and it was such a nice day. I really wanted to share it with y'all, and then gave you my review of Firestorm, The Fury of Firestorm. So seems like a pretty good day to me. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, bye.